Nada, Dillard, nada. My pleasure, my man. Oh, oof. What is up? What is up? What are you typing, Brian?
Nothing. I'm gonna hop off because my headset's still on, and I need to pop them off, and I can't do it while I'm on this live. So I'm gonna pop off. I'll be right back. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
What's up, Kent? How are we this evening? Thanks for stopping by. And I finally figured out how to get the whole logo up over my head, which massive win.
Looks good.
So how have you been?
Good. Pretty good. Yeah.
Got to wait for Brian to pop back on. Apparently, he was having some pickle problems right
Oh,
away.
no. Oh, you're welcome, Mark. Yeah, I saw you were struggling a little bit today when I popped in. I'm sorry. I hope it turned out better by the end.
Yeah, it was a little bit choppy. I don't know how well your internet was in that center, but there was definitely some choppiness going on.
I run into that a lot in my feeds, especially at one particular house. It's just not a great signal, and I don't know what to do to make it better. I'm on the center's Wi-Fi, so I mean, there's literally no signal if I'm not on the Wi-Fi, so I'm kind of forced to do that. But
Yeah, that's kind of why I shifted into the format that I've kind of shifted into of just doing the whole league in 3 minutes or less. Me bowling on super speed,
hmm
because my lives were getting maybe 50, 60 people viewing them because they were so choppy. So I was like,
gotcha.
all right, we got to pivot.
There he is.
Howdy.
Hey.
Can you guys hear me?
All right,
Yep.
Cobra's going to stay muted for a little bit. He's dealing with some stuff, which is completely understandable. We appreciate you hopping in, buddy. Hey, the other Brian. What's up, sheep?
Hi.
So you want to take it away and get us started here this week, Brian?
Um, Obviously, we have our special guest. This is Mcfizzle Sarah. Um, I want to talk to you a little bit about what you do, because honestly, you have a very special job.
I don't know what's wrong with your microphone, but we can barely hear you.
Yeah, it's like you're far away from the mic. The headphones are off. Uh-oh.
Pickle problems, part two. Hey, there we go. Now we can hear you.
That a little bit better. We're
Yes.
gonna
Much better.
upgrade. We're gonna upgrade a little bit more.
Oh, I was going to say, don't tell me we're raw dogging it.
Oh, God. I don't know
There
if
we
I've
go.
seen you without headphones on before.
Better.
Oh,
Don't worry, they're always close by.
All right,
should I get
take
mine
two.
too? I have some pink ones.
It's a comfort blanket for me. It's cool.
Okay.
I go everywhere. I even go grocery shopping with them. It's
Oh,
fine.
nice. Okay.
Yeah. Um, Honestly, it's just to kind of shut out certain things in the world because things are a little bit crazy.
I
Uh,
got you.
but I wanted to talk to you about your job
My
because
job. Okay.
because I mean you have kind of a unique position.
Mm-hmm. I do.
So
I
tell us about it.
work for the USOPC, which is the United States Olympic and Paralympic Committee. Um, Colorado Springs is known as Olympic City, so the training center and Olympic headquarters are downtown. And I'm fortunate enough to work at the training center. And I do a lot of like administrative work. I'm a part of what's called the team behind the team. I handle a lot of contracts and payments and invoices, and I help with some things at the training center as far as stocking certain areas and things like that. But yeah, it's been fun. I'll be there 2 years in November. Will be my anniversary, and I love it. It's great.
Nice.
So for
Have you-
people that don't understand what or don't pick up what she's putting down, she works for Team USA.
Yes, I work for Team USA. Yeah.
Have you always been in like a sports background?
No, as a matter of fact, I was in education for a decade. I was a registrar, a secretary, a coach, a teacher.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah, and when I moved here, I started applying for different jobs, and I was actually I have a degree in exercise science, and so that kind of I wanted to be a PE teacher originally, but no, when I moved here, I started applying for jobs here, like sports jobs, because sports have always been a huge part of my life. I grew up playing volleyball, basketball, softball, bowling, of course. So sports has been a huge part of my life. So working in the sports industry was like a dream come true for me. I really didn't even know these jobs existed until I moved to Colorado from Oklahoma. So
I was going to say, I was kind of wanting to do something similar to that, like before I decided to continue my advanced degree as opposed to getting another bachelor's, because I wound up getting my MBA. But I was going to go get another bachelor's degree, and I was actually going to get it in kinesiology.
Oh yeah, that's what mine is, kinesiology. Yeah. And in fact, after I started at Team USA, they will actually help you pay for school. So I just recently finished my master's in sports administration. So yeah,
Yeah, that's what my
awesome.
MBA is in.
May.
Me,
I've got a
me and my
general
wife.
MBA with a concentration in sports management.
Oh, awesome. That's great.
Yeah, me and my wife, we were both sports majors in college. That's how we met. My wife has progressed from teaching to now like head of HR. So it will take you many places. Did she go to HR without a degree of like moving forward? No, but you know,
Being in
we all take
education
the steps.
it's rewarding, but it's challenging for sure,
Correct.
especially in the landscape in Oklahoma. And education has been up and down a lot the last few years. So I think when COVID happened, my husband and I kind of reevaluated where we were and where we wanted to go in our careers. And we've always been fond of Colorado and have visited a few times. And we just finally felt like we were at a place in our lives where like, let's take a chance and just do it. Let's go. So we started applying for jobs and moved here. It'll be 3 years in March that we moved here.
They always say the journey of a lifetime begins with a single step.
It
I
certainly
mean,
does. Like, and we went to high school together in Oklahoma. Like, we grew up there, so my
That's awesome.
family is still there. So I've never lived anywhere outside of Oklahoma before until now. So
yeah, I
Well,
kind
and
of
you
feel like
picked a great place
kind of,
because Colorado Springs is absolutely freaking gorgeous.
oh yeah,
I love it here. The traffic can be a challenge, but I think that's everywhere.
Oh.
Um,
yes.
I've been stuck on the highway for like hours before, just at a standstill, and it's like you have nowhere to go. And I'm like, did I make the right decision moving here? But yeah, I did. Like seeing the mountains every day, driving to work, like I can't. You can't beat it. I can't be sad looking at the mountains going to work. So yeah,
Yeah, I get that.
I'm pretty close to Pikes Peak, so I can see that.
That's awesome.
Nice. Yeah, that is cool.
The only thing I wouldn't like about where you're at is the winter. I don't like snow to begin with, and yeah, that would drive me absolutely crazy.
You know, I feel like the winters in Oklahoma were worse than they are here. I mean, where I'm at is kind of high desert, so it'll snow, but then within a day or two, it's all melted.
Yeah.
Like as soon as the sun comes out, it melts. Like I've not really experienced, like I said, in 3 years, like a really harsh, knock on wood, winter. I feel like the winters in Oklahoma can get rough, like ice, schools are shut down. Yeah, it's just not like that here. They'll just delay it a couple hours and the kids go off to school. Very rarely do they shut down like they do in Oklahoma, because if the buses can't get out, they have to shut down schools. So
Same way here in Missouri.
yeah.
We shared the same climate when you were in Oklahoma. You just got it a day ahead of me.
Yeah, I know, right? I don't miss the humidity, I can tell you that. I like the dry air.
Yeah. So I know you get asked this every single time you talk to somebody, but how did you come up with the name?
Mrs. Mcfizzle. So my last name is McFadden. You know, my husband, he's McFadden. So one of his buddies in college, they were goofing off and like recording some music, and like his buddy called him Mcfizzle, and it was like written on this CD of like music that they had. And I was going through it one time and I was like, Mrs. Mcfizzle, that's kind of funny. And that rolls off the tongue really well. I was like, I'm going to use that. And so I literally just made an email, Mrs. Mcfizzle. And then when I started this journey just a few months ago, I put that in TikTok and I just kind of ran with it. So that's it. Yeah. I stole it from my husband.
Hey, nobody has anything truly original anymore. Everybody's ripping off of somebody somehow. So
Well, with the last name McFadden, you know, there's some funny names that people would call him, and
oh yeah,
so Mick something, you know.
McLovin.
Yeah, there you go. McNasty.
Right. See, I always tried to come up with those like really great handles that I think are really creative and funny, and they just never take off, and that's why I always wind up just using my name.
Mm-hmm. I get it. And nothing rhymes with Sarah, so I can't really use like.
Well, no, not really.
And I didn't really have a nickname either growing up, so I didn't have anything to go off of. So I stole his, and it just works.
Like I said, it's a family thing anyway, so it makes it even better.
Yeah, there you go. Are you We can't hear you.
We're done with that. Is that better now? Oh my Lord. Anyway.
You're like Jordan, who winds up throwing his glasses every time he finds something he likes to eat.
We're not doing this tonight. So how long have you officially been I know you just got back into bowling, but how long have you been officially in the sport?
I started when I was 5, and then I stopped when I was 24. So like 86 to 2008, I quit. I stopped bowling in 08 when I had my second kiddo, because life was busy and just, you know, had other priorities with my kids. And yeah, and then it took a 17-year break and just started back in May of this year. I really didn't bowl like competitively back then. I mean, I was in some tournaments at like the bowling alley I grew up at, but yeah. I had no experience with sport shots back then.
Ooh, that's fun.
Yeah. And funny enough, when I started back in May, I strictly was bowling on sport shots for the first time.
How did you transition to sport shot? Did you
trial by fire? It was, yeah, I had one ball, and it was a triple X Factor from 2004 that I had held on to like this whole time. Took that out and threw it in a sport shot. Oh, it was a mess. Yeah, did not do well. I had no idea about transition and patterns and length, and like I was completely brand new to all of that. So I didn't
blind basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
flying blind, throwing it up the 5 board, expecting it to hook like a house shot, and
Yeah,
it
and
goes
it
absolutely
did not.
nowhere.
Exactly.
I'm like, why didn't it go anywhere?
What is happening?
We're not in Kansas anymore.
We're not in Oklahoma anymore. Oh my gosh, yeah. But I couldn't join a league because I had started in the summer and there really weren't any leagues going on that I could join. So I just met people and then signed up for some sport shot tournaments in the springs and just, just started bowling in that and meeting people. And actually before that, when I was like thinking about getting back into bowling, I was doing some research online and I found a storm demo at a local alley. And I was like, I would like a new ball, but I'd like to throw one before I actually buy it. So I was like, this would be great. I've never been to a demo before.
Yeah.
And so I went and I threw different balls. I think I threw an Attention Star, an Absolute Power, a Zen 25, and that's one I actually bought. But then one of the ladies that was working there, she was on the senior tour, and I kind of started talking to her and asking her about her experiences. And then I got to practice a little bit next to her, and she's like, hey, I've got this Exponent. Do you want it? And I'm like, yes, please, I'll take it, sure. So she gave it to me, and I bought the Zen and got it drilled and started throwing that in my next tournament and did a little better. But this lady I met is Rena Sabo. She's been on the senior tour the last couple of years, and she has been like amazing, super supportive, and like helped me with my equipment, helped me with adjustments, and kind of given me the ins and outs of these sports shots, and like helping me build my arsenal and like giving me balls, which has been amazing.
Absolutely.
And kind of like teaching me what the differences are with asymmetrical, symmetrical, solids, hybrids, and like how these balls react and under certain patterns and conditions, and like been super helpful. I just absolutely adore her. We bowl in a league on Tuesday nights together, and we have a blast. We have plans to go to nationals in June.
Nice.
In Reno, or is it Vegas? No, Vegas, excuse me. She's actually going to Reno in a couple weeks to bowl for Team USA.
Oh, nice.
This is for senior Team USA.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, it's always good to find somebody like live that you can interact with that can help mentor you. A lot of us, when we decided to come back to the game from a long break, 12 years myself, it was YouTube University. That was the only resource we had.
Yep. I do utilize YouTube a lot, actually, especially for these sport shot tournaments. A lot of these patterns, pros have bowled on them, and there's plenty of videos where you can watch people bowl on these patterns, and just watching that and seeing what they're doing and how the balls are reacting, that is super helpful for me.
I mean, honestly, even like some of the newer people that are getting onto TikTok and they're asking like questions about how do you post content, and like how do you come up with your niche per se. I always tell them, look, if you don't know how to do something, Google it. You will find out. You'll find out so much information just by doing a little bit of research. I mean, yes, back in the day, we would have to go through books. We don't have to do that anymore. Now you can type it into the screen, and it's. I mean, yes, not everything is going to lead you in the right direction, but if you look into it, you'll find things that will help you along the way, and you can do a ton of different things. Mm-hmm. From bowling better to learning how to create content better.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Definitely. Wealth of information on the internet.
Yeah.
I was saying, Outlaw asked a question. What's your favorite piece in your arsenal right now, and what weight do you throw?
Oh, I throw a 15. And I would say right now my favorite would be my Duo. Rena just gave it to me, and I got it drilled up like a couple weeks ago, and I've thrown it a few times now, and I really like it. It's really pretty going down the lane too, so that helps. I know. I heard it was discontinued shortly after it was released too, so I didn't know that. I just learned that recently. But
Yeah, it was a fundraiser ball. Shannon O'Keefe and and one other WPBA member released it to as a fundraiser to raise funds for, I don't remember what in the world it was for, but I almost bought one just because it was a fundraiser ball, and I never intended on drilling it. It was just going to be one of those. Hey, I bought it because portion of the money goes to a cause.
yeah, that's great. No, I didn't know that. That's great.
Another thing you can use is ChatGPT. It'll help you with transition and lanes and stuff. You can always you can even say what type of movement you did, how you missed or whatever, and it'll actually help you correct it.
I've actually uploaded like a video of me throwing a ball into ChatGPT and asked it like analyze my approach, swing, give me suggestions on improvements, and it's been helpful. Some of it I think is a little questionable, but for the most part, yeah, it is pretty helpful. I've even asked it like I've plugged in a pattern and asked it, like I said, these are the balls I have. What order should I throw, and what is my target and break point for each ball? And that's I think. I mean, it's not always 100% accurate, but it's a good starting point if you're new, for sure.
Yeah, it'll give you a roadmap.
I will always tell everybody, especially when it comes to ChatGPT, the more description you can give, the better off you're going to be, especially if it's going to give you information. Even when you're trying to like make images, the more that you can put behind it and be more specific, the better the chances of the readout going to be right on the first time around. So if you're looking for certain reads, you kind of want to know like your rev rates. You kind of want to know what your speed is. You want to know like kind of like all the details, so that it's going to give you proper information. And that's the thing.
I've put a lot of information on my particular bowling style, my metrics, things like that. How I've even told ChatGPT how I typically like to play the lanes. That way, it knows how it knows my playing style. And at that point, once it's familiar with how you play and how you transition and what moves you like to make, you can go, hey, here's the pattern I'm bowling on. Give me a game plan, and it'll give you a game plan personalized for your style, your stats, and the equipment that you
and your
that you throw.
Yep. Yeah, it's super helpful, especially for those of us who are newer to sports shots and newer to the equipment. Like you can even plug into ChatGPT of like, hey, I'm looking for a benchmark ball in such and such brand, you know, give me some options, and like super helpful.
It definitely dials things in.
But every so often you do have to update your arsenal, because I tried to give it a game plan and it was telling me to throw a ball I didn't have anymore. And I'm like,
oh yeah.
I got rid of that ball. I replaced it with this. So new game plan, new arsenal.
That's great. I'm glad to hear other people are using it too. I think it's a great tool.
I think that anybody that's afraid of using it needs to hop aboard, because I've talked to quite a few people that they're like, I'm just not really familiar with it. I'm like, dude, you just need to literally just play around with it. You will learn a lot just by messing around with it. No one's going to be perfect. Everything's trial and error. Even when you start bowling, it's trial and error.
Right.
You can't get a strike if you don't throw the first ball.
Yep.
And
I like to argue with ChatGPT, and I think I win 90% of the time.
You argue or cuss?
both.
I'm being politically correct and minding my P's and Q's.
Believe me, I know what you're talking about.
Well, and the other thing is what people don't realize with ChatGPT, it'll get to know you if you literally just talk to it like it's a person.
Yeah.
Like if you treat it like it's a device, it will give you device-like output. But if you actually format it as a conversation and you actually have a conversation with it, it'll give you more personalized information.
Yeah. It dials down to specifics, basically, after a short period of time.
I think I've crashed it a few times. I've had it malfunction, geek.
Hence the cussing.
It had one time I asked it to
deserved
render
it.
me a image, and it started spitting out a bunch of source codes and different coding things, and it just shut down.
It was like the AI version of the.
Yeah. It says I'm done with you. Yeah, right. It says I'm done with you. Moving on.
But I mean, like the first avatar I ever had it made, I ever had it make, I simply put, hey, based on everything you know about me and what I do, because I was asking it stuff for my soapbox series that I was doing. I was asking it for play style for bowling. I was asking it a bunch of different bowling related stuff. And I said, based on everything you know about me, create me an avatar. And the very first avatar it spit out was the very first one I released.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with Canva at all, but they have an AI feature now, and that's how I made my last avatar, was with Canva's AI.
Yeah,
I like ChatGPT's AI interface a little bit better than Canva, but I go to Canva and I do all my edits. So when it comes out slightly imperfect, I can go in and fix it in Canva.
Yep, exactly. There you go.
And there's a lot of platforms because honestly, you can even create things in one platform and then transfer it to another platform to do other things with it. Guilty.
Mark just said you're his AI.
Well, and that's the thing with Pickles' neon bowling logo. I did that one, but when I sent it to him originally, the bowling ball had 4 holes in it instead of 2. So we had to go to Canva and delete two of the holes.
Yeah, and you can use all that to your advantage. I mean, because not every app's going to be perfect for you, and you'll start to realize, kind of like how I said, like you have to play with it. You'll find other apps are going to be more functional for certain things than other apps. And then you can transfer like certain images to other apps to help you along the way. And this comes from a guy that is not very technical savvy by any means. It's just literally open up apps and just plug and play. That's the best way I can put it. Plug and play. If it works, great. If it doesn't, you'll get frustrated. You're going to just trash it, delete it out of your folder, forget about it for a day, and move on.
And we discussed that all AI interfaces are going to have glitches and they're going to be there's going to be imperfections, i.e. this logo behind us. When we created this logo, it initially said bowlers bowling bowlers.
Yeah. And sometimes you put something in and it'll give you the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And honestly, I feel like they do it a little bit so that they want you to pay for like more premium.
Yes, that's why I use Canva, because I have a subscription for Canva, so I don't want to pay for ChatGPT.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I tell people, like, you can get away with things. The better you get at it, you don't necessarily have to pay for the apps per se, but know that if you try to, like, okay, they messed up the picture with like wording, don't just go and press the edit button and then reword it, because they're just going to spit out the same thing again.
Yep.
You're just wasting the free tokens that they give you, per se. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So just start over. And honestly, even if it's not what you were originally going to do something else and then go back to it. You'll have better luck.
I was going to say, I think some of Cobra's comic strips were like that. It came out slightly different than what he wanted, but it came out really good. He's like, yep, I'm using that anyway.
Or I cussed at it. One of the two. I got a lot of screenshots of me and it arguing.
Well, and then he messaged me saying he was so sick and tired of Chat GPT, and he sends me a screenshot of him cursing at Chat GPT. And I said, well, hey, try Gemini. Go to Google, try Gemini. And about 5 minutes later, he's like, why'd you tell me to do that? It's even worse.
Plug and play. Plug and play. So, what do you have any real tournaments or plans coming up in the near future?
I think I have a tournament in a couple weeks. It's just like a local springs one. I think it's on the 18th. I don't remember what date it is. It's in a couple weeks. But it's another Sport Shot local tournament that the pro shop guy that I friends with and that does the work for me, he hosts some tournaments, like Survivor tournaments. Like, have you seen any of my posts that say TBR Survivor? That's what those are. There's a tournament tomorrow in Pueblo. It's called Front Range Tour, but I'm not going to that one tomorrow. I decided to take a break this weekend, and my son has a soccer game tomorrow night too. So
Nice soccer.
Priorities.
I know.
Yep.
All right, guys, I'm gonna hop off here.
right, buddy.
As a couple of you know, I'm out of town right now, and I don't want to keep taking away from visiting with my wife's family, and I don't want to be rude, disrespectful to them. So you guys have a great night. Nice meeting
right, buddy.
you. Nice talking to you.
You
and I'll
too,
see you
Cobra.
all.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Love, brother.
I was going to say, I think the next potential tournament I have is possibly on the 18th. It's one of the tournaments that Joel's bowling in. He's not hosting it, but he's bowling in it. It's a Baker's doubles tournament, but it's 20 games, and I need to find a partner. So I'm like, I think I'm probably going to go ahead and skip that one.
Yeah, there's a Century doubles tournament in Denver tomorrow, but I was going to bowl with Rena, but your ages have to equal 100 or more, and I'm just a few years short of that.
Wow. That's an interesting set of rules. Okay.
Well, it's Century doubles, so it has to be 100. Yeah, I don't know. It's just this tournament. Yeah.
I was going to say, and this is an open call to everybody in St. Louis. I turned 40 in October, so if anybody needs an over under 40 partner, I'll be a newly eligible over.
Isn't that precious?
Oh.
I mean, sorry, I had an itch.
Well, I've got 6 years till I can be in the seniors, so.
My God.
I was going to say,
Mr. Dillard's already there, so.
Yeah.
I turned 40 on the 30th, so.
Oh, well, happy belated birthday.
We
40
want
is fun. That's when
40
things
got
start
just
going like
between us.
this.
Oh, no, I turned 18 and they started going like that.
Okay.
It's, as soon as you hit 40,
Mm-hmm.
you definitely feel it.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, actually, no. My body started breaking down on me before I even turned 18 because I tore my labrum in my right shoulder at 17.
Ooh. Ouch. Bowling?
No, baseball.
Baseball.
Oh, baseball. Okay.
Yeah, because I bowl left-handed, but I pitched right-handed.
Okay. My mom's like that. My mom is left-handed, but she bowled right-handed. I don't know. So weird.
Well, most lefties are not like 100% pure total lefties. Most lefties are ambidextrous, and I am ambidextrous. I'm 60% dominant left hand, 40% dominant right hand.
Nice. I'm a righty.
I mean, I could,
You
you
do
put
left.
me on a house shot, I could probably average 170 right-handed.
No, don't even look at me to throw left-handed.
No, me neither. No, thank you. That would be
Yeah.
comical. Oh my goodness.
This is actually something that came up recently. Was because it's even happened in my house. People that have hurt themselves, and they change from right-handed to left-handed. They have to reestablish as a left-hander to get a new handicap. However, there has been discussions like certain people in the chat, Mr. Diller and DGAB, were talking about that they actually had to vote to let them go to left-handed. But then if they were able to be healed, right, and they can go back to right-handed, they would have to then re-vote as a group to let them go back to their primary hand. Why would anybody vote for them to go back to their primary hand if their average is going to be lower with their non-primary hand? So how would that be fair in a voting aspect?
Well, luckily, in my situation, when I had to do it on my Sport Shot League, we had an addendum in the rules for injury designation. So I separated my left shoulder. Couldn't bowl left-handed, so I had to establish right-handed.
Correct.
And I was like, hey, I obviously can't do it right now. Promptly averaged 107 on a Sport Shot League right-handed. Threw for about 5 weeks, and then was able to go back and finish the season lefty because I had healed to the point where I could throw a bowling ball again.
But with your lefty average.
Right.
Right. But they were saying that basically this league was voting on them to be able to go back to their primary hand.
Yeah, no barking, Mark.
Have you heard about that by any chance?
Yeah, I think I heard
Yeah, we still have no idea.
video about the barking
Yeah, we have no idea what's
on one
coming.
time.
Some leagues just come up with some weird rules.
Yeah, like DGAB said they had to forfeit points because of it.
Wow. Interesting.
Oh, geez. See that now? That's. But
I know every house is going to be different. I mean, it's going to be dependent on votes, to be honest.
But in all honesty, my Sport Shot League couldn't wait for me to go back left-handed because, yes, I was carrying a 107, but I was just as easily able to, if I didn't leave 10 pins, to shoot a 160, 170 game and kill people with handicap. So they're like, yes, please go back to left-handed.
What's been your favorite sport shot so far?
Oh, gosh. I'd say the one actually that I bowled the best on in a tournament, it was what was the last junior gold? I have to look. Because I placed 6th in this tournament and I bowled great. Actually was first coming out of the first round, and then I just fell flat after the first cut and placed 6th. But it was like the last junior gold pattern. I want to say it was like 43 feet, if I remember correctly. But yeah, that was probably my favorite one so far. I bowled the best on that one.
Do you remember what you were throwing on that?
I started off with the attention star and then tried absolute power, and that wasn't working. And then as it transitioned, I switched to exponent, and that's been the ball that I've kind of been my go-to because it's so controllable for me.
Yeah.
And I can adjust my hand placement and take a little bit of the spin off of it to where it's not going to hook as much, and I can control.
It has more variables is kind of what I tell people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where you can be able to make a ball do multiple things. Maybe give a little bit more hook at the back end, maybe flatten it out.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a ball like that, definitely keep it with you all the time.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I don't leave with that exponent goes everywhere with me. It's my favorite. Other than
I was going to say
that just started
versatility.
throwing.
Yeah, I mean,
Versatility and control.
because when things go wrong and then you need something to rely on,
Yeah,
you want to have something that you can do multiple things with.
for sure.
And I know there's a lot of people that they find a ball and they figure out one thing with it, which is great, but always change hand grips, change like different throwing styles, and go crazy. Don't try to do anything that's going to hurt yourself, but see if you can manipulate the ball to make a different reaction in different conditions. 'Cause it will definitely help you along especially in tournaments.
Oh, for sure. Yes.
Yes, absolutely, Mark. There's very, very, very limited times where you're looking for a dead skid flip hockey stick reaction. Most 90, like I said, 99% of the time, you are looking for an arc in some fashion, whether it be a long, smooth arc or a strong, sharp arc. You are still looking for a ball to have that arching motion as opposed to dead this way and then dead that way.
And I think like learning what each ball can do, and then like seeing it skid, hook, and then roll, and knowing those 3 points of like what that ball's going to do, and then taking in the rule of 31 of like, okay, I'm going to subtract 31 from the oil length pattern, and this should be my break point. I think like there's such a science behind it, and like learning that, and then learning what your equipment can do. That's a huge part of, especially these sport shots.
Oh, yeah.
I was on like a super long pattern last weekend, and it was horrible. Like, I bowled so bad. I thought I was going to do great because I was like, oh, I can throw it straight. And then no. Nope. I started off okay, but then as it started to transition, I could not hit the pocket. And if I did, I'd leave a flat 10 or some ridiculous split. So, yeah. But, you know, every ball and reaction you have is you can have something to learn from it. Like what the ball's doing, what you're doing. Like you've got to be flexible and like try to learn and try to take those bad breaks as like, okay, what am I going to do to correct this? How can I make it better? Like, as frustrating as it is, and as much as I want to cuss sometimes, I'm like, okay, what did I do wrong, or what can I do? Like, where can I throw it better? Yeah, and keeping that positive mindset can be a struggle for sure.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I know we all struggle with it. I know that there's been so many times that I've totally been guilty of it, of trying to force a shot. You're like, oh, I'm so close. I'm like right there. And it's like, dude, just move over one board. That's all you got to do. Instead, I'm staying on my spot and I'm trying to force a shot. And you don't have to force the shot. Just adjust, transition. And I know transitioning can be a little tricky for anybody that's definitely newer to the sport, but trust that moving a little bit left or right, especially if you're left or right-handed, it depends, is going to help your game. Just don't try to force something. Don't try to throw it harder. Just move over, let things be natural.
And on that point, like especially like for me, for example, if I'm like completely lost and I'm searching, most people get incredibly frustrated and angry when they split, right? But I have one particular split that if I leave, that means I'm close. And as a lefty, that is the 379.
Yeah.
If I leave a 379, I know that ball was that close to striking, and I know I'm close. So that's usually like the only time I'm ever happy to see a split is when I see the 379 and I go, okay, we're not lost anymore. We're close. Just one more minor adjustment, and I can rattle off a turkey or a four-bagger and get right back in it.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, every ball is a learning experience, is something to learn from. Every reaction, every leave is you learn and adjust. And I think having that mindset, instead of getting mad and frustrated you left the split, that's going to help you even more, is having that positive mindset. Even though, oh my gosh, Tuesday? I was having a clean game going into the ninth frame, and then just left this 4-10, just weird split, like this much high, and it was just a weird leave, and I was so mad because I was having a clean game. It was the first game. I was going to have a great series that night, and then it just, yeah.
I felt your anxiety right there.
I'm like,
I did.
what's crazy was the team we were bowling against, these guys, they were like having these strikes that were the ugliest, lightest, just ridiculous. And then their first bowler, I think he had like a 150 game the first game. And then the second game, he rolled a 299. And I'm like, they weren't all flush strikes.
Oh,
like,
I was gonna say I had that a couple of weeks ago. The other team was carrying everything. They could have closed their eyes and threw the ball and carried.
it
And-
happened.
one of their guys was like so drunk by the end, and he was striking. And I'm like, I'm so sober, and I'm like so focused, and I can't strike. But this guy's just up there, woo, and strike. I'm
Yep.
The light strikes. Oh, the light strikes. I swear to Lord. Oh.
I mean, I'm
Well,
happy when
that's-
I get them. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm happy when strikes
Well,
happen, whether they're light or whatever.
We
But
all encourage each other, 100%. But
And I'm sitting there. I'm peppering. I'm peppering right around the pocket all night long, and I'm leaving 6 pins.
Nine.
I'm like, you're kidding me. I'm like, yes, I'm throwing the ball. I'm like, I'm throwing the 260 game off of the quality off my hand, but I'm throwing a 2-0 in pin carry.
see, I subbed on Friday night in just kind of like a not super competitive, more like a fun league. But I was setting an average because I don't have a book average, so I had to establish one. But I rolled a 184, 180, 185, I think. So, I mean, at least I was consistent. All I was trying to focus on was my release and hitting my mark, and like let the pins, like whatever I bowled, but whatever. I was more focusing on release and follow through and like hitting my mark, staying square to my target. And I felt like I was doing it really well, but I just didn't get some carries, left some 10 pins and silly splits. But
Which happens.
yeah,
They called her a
I'm
sandbagger.
not a sandbagger.
All right, let's address this right now, because that term gets thrown out a lot in the bowling aspect. Just saying.
I'm
As somebody that is floating in the 200 average, I will still throw like a 160 every once in a while for BS reasons, right? And as soon as that happens, I immediately hear that term. Immediately.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. We had a very like 3/4 of our teams were high handicap bowlers in the league in the house I was bowling at last year before it shut down. I didn't shoot. I deliberately, on purpose, did not shoot a 600 series for the first 8 weeks. I was like, I'm going to give my team some handicap. If everybody else is going to take advantage of it, I'm going to get some of it myself.
dare someone to call me that. Oh my gosh, Mike. Man, he's getting feisty. He must be really excited because Bama won.
Oh, wow.
But the funny part is I was storing all those handicap points to drop on a team that I didn't like. Like there was one team that I absolutely could not stand. And I was carrying probably a 183 average going into facing them. And I shot 725 scratch.
Oh, jeez.
Dude,
And I was getting about 35 pins a game.
Jeez.
last Monday we gave up 283 pins before we even started. We swept. I don't know how, but I was like 283 pins.
Oh yeah, absolutely, D-Gab. There is a big difference between somebody who's just on a cold spell and somebody who's deliberately doing it so they can go to a tournament with a 175 average.
Right.
You know that the last TBR tournament I bowled in, I did not make the cut. Obviously, I think I was like 20 something out of 35 bowlers or something. Not great, but I don't get a lot of handicap. I think my average is like a 165, so I don't get very much. I mean but that's sport shot. But there's the top 6 that made the cut, at least 5 of them had under a 150 average, and one lady had a 125 average. And it's like, she bowled like a couple 190 games. I'm like, if you have a 125 average and you bowl like a 190, like
Yeah, that's a huge
but
number.
that's a part of handicap tournaments. Like, it's just
Well, yeah.
the way it is. And
Right.
being a long pattern, if you throw it straight, I mean,
True. Yes, I will 100%, because look, at the end of the day, sport pattern, and if you don't have a ton of like experience trying to like curve balls, and you're more of a straight shot shooter, your chances are going to be a little bit better, because you're just going to be like throwing it down the gut. If you got some speed that you can add to throwing it down the gut, yeah, your chances are going to be pretty decent. I mean, will it last all day? Maybe not, but you're gonna have a decent leeway.
Well, I mean, it's the same thing when we were teaching our conceal and carry classes before the state of Missouri passed constitutional carry, where it negated the need for the permit. Our favorite people to come in and take the class were people who had never handled a firearm before. And they're like, nobody could have, they would always be like, why are those your favorite people? I said, because they have 0 bad habits.
Right.
So those people that throw like that don't have the bad habits. They don't overthink it. They just, hey, point the thumb at the head pin and let the ball go.
They want that. They're coachable. It's probably the best way I can always describe it, being a physical education major. You need people that are going to take in what you're telling them, not necessarily just think that you're blowing smoke at them. Because honestly, even in something like the bowling drills that we get, I hear a lot of things from some of the younger guys in my house. Like, they're like, oh, like the 2-step drills, they're pointless. They don't find some of the drills to be beneficial. But I'm like, it's forming muscle memory. And they don't really understand that the small things equal big things in the long run.
You know,
Right.
case in point, I had someone, a lady that I was bowling a league with, and I subbed on her team, and she was like, hey, I noticed last week when you subbed with us that your hips are kind of turned away from your target. She was like, you need to pretend like you're pointing your belly button towards where your target is. And I did that and was literally striking. Like, that one little tiny adjustment where I wasn't twisting my body at the line and just kept square to my target really like helped me throw the ball better. Like, and I think being coachable and like you said, like listening and taking in what people have to say is like awesome. Like, and if you can do that, you can achieve anything. Like, be coachable. Okay, what did Mike say?
Yeah, he said
Straighter is greater, Pickles.
No, he said
No, you said
bowling
ask
brands.
Sarah
Would you
in-
roll any
in
brand as
regards
long as
to-
it upped your game?
Yeah. I'm not married to any brand. I mean, I've always thrown a Storm or Rotogrip or a Global 900, but no, I'm not married to any brand. I'm open to
Well, if you're
anything that
open,
matches
let me
up.
introduce you to our friends at Swag.
See, I know nothing about swag. I've been out of this game for so long. I literally just went back to what I knew. Really,
Yeah.
honestly. Like I went back to the brand that I grew up with and knew. So I'm not familiar with a lot of the newer brands.
Well, a rundown with Swag. If you like that controllable, like smooth, controllable arc and shape, almost everything in the Swag brand is going to have that in one way, shape, or form. That is like the bread and butter is control.
Agreed. I would say you probably line up pretty well with. I think she would really line up well with Craze.
Actually, I was thinking with her leaning in towards her exponent, I would do an Apex Solid.
Yeah, I mean that could be that like more of the like the mid to benchmark.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying like introductory, I would say like Craze.
Oh yeah, Craze Pearl, Craze Hybrid, Craze Solid, Craze whatever. They're all good.
So what makes swag unique? Like what makes them different from other brands?
I would say for me, it has been a brand that it's I don't want to say like I'm impartial to any brand by any means. I've lined up with Hammer. I've lined up with other brands as well, Storm as well. But I typically don't line up with bowls without having to change surfaces very quickly. Everything that I've gotten from Swag has been out of the box, and I immediately lined up with it. So I feel like there's a benefit to being able to kind of like when you buy something and you just immediately like throw it in the lane. It reacts pretty well. You don't have to put a ton of lane shine into it. So I would say that's the benefit. But they're also they're putting a lot into the brand itself. But also the family that kind of comes along with Swag has been phenomenal. So
Absolutely. And for me, it was all about control because I have enough rotation and rev rate that a ball can get away from me really, really easily. So when you have that much control and I have that much more control of it off my hand, knowing that it's going to do exactly what it's supposed to do, it eliminates one of the things I have to overthink about because I know depending on how I let it go off my hand, it's going to start doing exactly what it's supposed to do. And then based off what I tell it to do, it's going to do it. So for me, it's just being able to control every piece that I put in my hand from it, which I haven't had with any other brand.
Okay. Interesting.
Like I loved my Dragon 2.0 hybrid when I could control it. Like when I could control it, it was an unbelievable ball. I loved every bit of it. But the second it got away from me, I couldn't even keep it on the left side of my side of the head pin. And once it went, there was no getting it back.
Interesting. No, I would be down to try anything. Yeah. I'm not married to one brand for sure. Especially just getting back into it a couple months ago, like having options and trying things out. Like I'm all for it.
And the other thing I like about Swag is they're usually on the lower end of the price point in every ball that they're in.
That's nice. You know,
So
and
it doesn't kill the bank account.
Yep.
That's one thing. Bowling competitively, and they seems like, I don't know. Is it
I
just
heard it.
me, or do they push more balls out now than they ever have?
Oh,
before?
absolutely.
Is it just me? Like-
when I heard that, I was like, yes. I already knew what you were going to say. Absolutely. The production of balls that they're coming out with across everyone is a lot higher than it's ever been. We all see our sanction fees going up. We all see tournament fees going up. I mean, we're not going to see that change per se. I think that the biggest thing is just trying to keep ourselves in price points so that we're still able to compete.
Right.
I just want a arsenal that I can rely on and that I know what it does, and I want to stick with that. Like I don't feel like I have to get that new ball like I did want the bubblegum vibe just because it was pink. I haven't gotten it yet, but I did want it because it was pink.
I will say that's probably the strongest vibe I've ever seen.
Really, I've never thrown one, and I just wanted it. But
it goes forever, and then it goes that way.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it is absolutely strongest vibe I've ever seen.
Okay, but like I said, I just want some I have like 5 balls and then a spare ball right now. But I mean, I feel like that's a good amount for me to be competitive and to. I just feel like getting more than that, like learning I don't know. It's overwhelming. Honestly, it's overwhelming.
No, it can't. It definitely can
that
be.
many choices, and it's like you get in this situation where you're in this tournament. It's like, okay, do I change balls? What do I need to do? And it's like, and then I feel like, oh, I just made the wrong choice. And it's like learning that and like trusting your equipment and trusting your own judgment. It's a process.
Yeah, I honestly, I definitely been
Very
guilty.
much so, Dillard.
Definitely been guilty of doing early ball changes, giving up on something that I probably should have just done like a transition. Yep, exactly. It happens to us all. Sometimes you overthink stuff.
I mean, it's a
give
game of guesses, educated guesses, you know. And
I will tell anybody, you throw 2 splits in a row, you can do a ball change. Go ahead. I don't care. Do you? And anybody that tells me don't do a ball change after 2 splits, you're gonna get a finger, and it's not gonna be the nice one. Just saying. I mean, bowling's not a perfect game. It's gonna be frustrating. You're going to second guess yourself. Even when you are on the top of your game, one shot will throw you off.
for sure. Oh yeah.
You don't let that go before you pick up that spare. You can change a very, very high score to a mediocre score very quickly.
Gab, I will make one amendment to that. The DTM is not the Mark freaking Dillard tournament. It's still the Derek Tate Memorial.
Facts.
I need to come out to Birmingham for a tournament. Or not Birmingham,
Huntsville.
Huntsville. He's undefeated at the Palace.
Dude, I don't know how y'all carry at the Palace, man. The Palace is some tough carry.
May 26th.
I'll be right back. My dogs are going nuts right now. Hang on.
Uh-oh.
I don't know when I'm going to be back down there, but you know, D-Gab, as soon as I can handle going back down there, I'll be down there for whatever you got going on. But I will try to make the DTM again. But I'm coming in a day early, so I'm not dog tired from getting there at 3 a.m. I will actually compete.
Start traveling more to some tournaments. I do want to start doing that and getting out of the metro here and meeting people. And I'm actually going back to Oklahoma next month to bowl in a tournament at my bowling alley where I grew up. And I haven't been there in over 20 years, so that'll be fun.
And what part of Oklahoma is that?
Oklahoma City.
OKC, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That is about 5.5, 6 hours away from me.
Okay.
Because I got some buddies that bowl in Oklahoma, and I got some other buddies that are Texas bowlers, and they're like, "Man, we gotta do a tournament together." I'm like, "Okay, well, let's find a tournament in Oklahoma. It's about the halfway point."
Yep. There you go. I mean, I don't feel like there's a whole lot of tournaments in Oklahoma. There's a few.
I would say Oklahoma City's bowling's pretty good from what I've heard.
Yeah.
Norman surprisingly has a bowling hotspot.
Yeah, Sooner Bowl it's a nice alley. Mm-hmm.
And then what's the Fort down there? The Fort's got a couple of big bowling alleys.
Fort. Talking about, they
used
Fort
to
Carson, and that's here in the Springs.
Yeah, it's Fort something or other, but they have like a super regional there almost every year.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Fort. Let me look.
As soon as you say it, it's gonna
I
be
know,
like,
I
yep,
know.
that's
It's
it.
Fort Sill.
Yes, Fort Sill. Yep.
There you go. Okay.
I knew it started with an S, but I couldn't. It wasn't coming.
Oh, better.
Mike must be really happy.
What's that?
So Mike. Are you having a good
May-
time celebrating? I think he is.
May 15th, 16th, and 17th. I will put in my vacation request.
Okay, I'm going to write that down. May 15th through the 17th. All I know, it's a good day when Texas loses.
Well, and
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
and that's the other thing is we basically have to bookmark those 3 days, because that's going to be like probably the one and only time per year me and Brian actually get to hang out in person. Then we're with D-Gab, then we're with Dillard, then we're with Richie. We all wind up going there.
Well, you'll have to let me know if you're in a tournament in Oklahoma, and I can come back for that. Yeah.
I don't even want to know what that drive's going to be.
To Oklahoma? For me, it's not bad.
It ain't going to be a drive for me.
No.
Oh, Dillard.
Well, I'll probably fly, actually. The flight is not bad going to Oklahoma from here. I'm pretty close to the Springs airport, so it's super easy getting in and out of here.
He flew into Huntsville last year. I drove, and I didn't show up to the hotel until like 3:30 in the morning.
Well, dude, I think we got like, what?
3 hours of sleep, maybe.
3 hours of sleep before the
my
tournament?
goodness.
Yeah. Yeah, it was rough. It was worth it, though.
Okay.
No,
Do
the
it
best
again.
part of that entire weekend was the McGriddles video making fun of Butch.
If you don't know,
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure it's still on your your videos.
I've not deleted one video, and look, that's a good question. Do you guys see people throw videos up and then immediately delete videos constantly?
Yes, I've seen people delete them, and I've seen people post the same video 3 times in a row, and all 3 of them get different view numbers.
Why are they doing this?
Trying to beat the algorithm, I think.
I've gone in and like made one and like put it in my draft, and then like for some reason it would post, and I did not mean to post it yet, and because I wasn't done with it, and then I'd go in and delete it real quick, and I'm like, oh.
Right. Yeah. No. I get that, but I see people like post stuff. It'll be up for maybe a day, and then they rip it back down.
Gotcha.
And I'm not sure if it's because honestly, it's not something that I saw in the video that was would be flagged for anything. So I'm not sure if they're trying.
One of my videos get flagged one time for like nudity, and I'm like, no nudity in it. Like I don't. It was literally me just throwing the bowling ball at the line. Like what nudity? And I like kept like turning it back in. Like no, and it kept denying me. And I'm like, what?
I was gonna say it wasn't nudity. It was nudity.
I got flagged for using a clown emoji.
Oh, my very first live got flagged for hate speech when I was talking to myself.
Be nicer to yourself, Steve. Be kind.
Oh, that's awesome.
Very first live, it's like, there's your first warning, hate speech. I'm like, I was talking to myself.
Stupid. Oh, flagged.
Oh gosh. No, Mike, I keep it PG. I'm good, thank you.
I will say, with that being said, I love the Star Wars outfits.
Oh, thanks.
Fire.
It's
And
my
I actually have heard other people tell me about they're like, so cool.
Oh, thanks. That was Canva AI. Helped me make that.
Really? That's awesome.
I did adjust it a little bit though, but yeah, I made that with Canva AI.
See? So many apps.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Well, let's put it this way. One of our favorite BhB logos is the neon variation that I did.
Right.
That is going to be a jersey.
Yeah, I use it all the time.
That
Yeah, I was
neon
thinking
logo
about
will
trying
be a
to
BhB jersey.
get a jersey made with that logo on it, but I think I might have to take one of the symbols off of it because I don't want to get in trouble by Disney. I have like the Rebel Alliance symbol on the ball, and I think probably have to take that off.
And then another one that I want to do is all of our avatars. I want to make a jersey around our avatars.
Oh, that'd be cool. Is there any other vehicle better than a Z28?
Oh my Lord.
Is Mike having a little concoction right now, or what?
Mike's being a little saucy.
No, there's not. An 81 Z28, to be exact, is the best. Or a 69, actually. A 69 Camaro would probably be better than an 81, but I didn't have a 69. I had an 81.
1995 Dodge Stealth RT Turbo.
Nice.
Oh man, I am gonna date myself so bad just because I'm gonna say a 1957 Chevy.
Girls, geez.
Who is killing that dog?
They're fighting.
But
I
yeah,
have mine locked out of the room, so they're not in here. They're
I mean,
Okay, if you're talking old American muscle, 74 Stingray.
yeah. Did the dog get a strike there?
Hey,
sounds like,
girls,
it sounds like somebody at a corner.
It's the baby that's growling too.
Oh, I know. That's how it goes, bro. My smallest is the biggest of the bunch. Yeah.
That's the way mine are too. The little one is the bird name. Yeah.
As growing up a smaller dude, I get it. I understand yeah, I get it. It's fine. It's fine.
And then got Cortez on the next one.
I was gonna say, or I will go with. Okay, one of you get up here. I'm sick of you.
Air jail. Cool.
Jeez.
What's up, Devo?
But no, Plymouth Prowler or a Cuda. I'm a Dodge guy at heart. Sue me.
Sue me.
Give me a purple people eater. I'll be happy.
So, I wanted to ask you, what are your thoughts on the whole urethane ban? I know. I had to ask.
I don't really care. I don't throw it. I don't really like bowling with people that do, but you know,
Do you see a lot of it in your house?
there's been times in tournaments, sport shot tournaments, that I've had some younger kiddos throwing it. And
This
there's
one's the
times
growler.
during league. I feel like sometimes like we're bowling good, first game, second game doing well, and it's like, all right, I want it, the other team, I want to try to screw up your shot, so I'm going to pull out urethane and I'm going to throw it, so you're not going to bowl so good the third game. I feel like it's used like that
Yeah.
sometimes. So it's learning how to adjust to when that's being used. I mean, that's just a part of the game.
When they start throwing it, do you feel like they're throwing it down your line, or do you think they're like throwing it like kind of down center?
I mean, I've seen both. Where they throw it, we're throwing it around the same line, and then they're just chunking it. Like,
Kind of spraying it out, just trying to move the oil around. Yeah.
Dillard, were they two-handed? Two-handers throw urethane on everything.
oh my gosh, that's the worst when they're too. And that when you like, there was one tournament sport shot that the guy put two, like they were teenagers. I think they were probably seniors in high school, and two-handers and throwing urethane the entire time, two-handed, like all over the lane. I'm like, what am I gonna do? Like, there's literally nothing I can do. Like, I can't. There's no predictable reaction. I just have to throw it and hope for the best. Like,
I mean,
I was going to say, because there was no oil in the heads anymore, and it was all at the pin deck.
right, and I mean, you might find a line and it might work for 2 or 3 shots.
yep.
Yep, and then that shot's gone.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, that's just the nature of it, the way it is, and you just learn to adjust and do the best you can. I mean,
What do you think about like them canceling all for like the women's NC compared to letting other people compete and get through
I
qualifying?
guess I don't really understand a lot of it, like why they would cancel it for the women and not the men, because I don't feel like a lot of women throw urethane.
That's why they did it. It's because there's less women throw urethane, so they said, okay, we can say we completely banned it from something. Let's just ban it from the women.
But that's ridiculous. Like, why are we the target?
I don't think it's like you're the target. I feel like they're like you're not really making actual decisions, so we're going to make the decision for you.
I think it was more or less they looked at it and went, where can we say we made a decision that's the least impactful that people
And
throw
it
at the
just
least?
squashes it.
And that's where it was.
Yeah, it just squashes it.
Mike said it's because USBC is a subsidiary to the BWA, so that would make sense.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, like, to be able to use something to qualify and not be able to use it for actual competition, what's the point?
Yeah,
Exactly.
you use it the entire thing of qualifying, and then you get into match play and you go, oh, yep, can't throw it anymore. Guess what? They're going to be out after the first round.
Well, if they're going to
Yeah.
do that, they should just ban it across the board then. Like,
Right, I mean,
why
just-
in just this one area? Like,
Like,
what's the point? Like, it doesn't make sense. And I think, not to change the subject, but bowling was taking out of the Olympics basically because of all of these rules and regulations. And there's no universal, like, there's nothing universal. Like, everything is so different and different rules and
but
regulations.
we have break dancing.
No,
Dude,
breakdancing's
say-
gone now. No, breakdancing is no more now.
I would
know.
love to bowl in the Olympics. Like, yes,
I would
please.
too. Like, yes, like and it's such like a popular sport. Like I was blown away when I heard that they were taking it out. Like it's
Honestly, and I didn't mean to interrupt, but that's exactly what I said. But now we had breakdancing, right? You took out a sport to put in a breakdancing that, I mean, yes, dance is something that you can consider a sport. However, to deny bowling as a sport, and I think that's probably my hot topic for this episode, because I hear so many people in this past month say that bowling is not a sport.
it is 100% a sport.
Yes.
Like 100%.
Now,
a lot
I can
of
see
people
where they
do
would
this.
say,
Can a lot of people do it? Is it something that like a larger population can participate in? Yes, but that doesn't mean it's not a sport.
So right, golf, right,
Yeah.
racquetball,
stop.
pickleball.
But I don't think it's necessarily they took it out and replaced it with something like breakdancing. And that's not the case. I think it's more of like there are no universal rules and regulation on balls, on patterns, on like in other countries. Like say if I were to go, like if somebody from like Malaysia were to come here and bowl,
Yeah, I
they
understand
would
what
have to purchase balls here because the balls that they use there are not
the standard,
certified here.
right? Yeah,
Right.
So
the
like
standards
until
are-
they get
are
something like
varied.
across the board where like all these countries are using the same thing, like it's going to be really hard to regulate that
Yeah,
to where we can have have it in the Olympics.
so it's fair playing ground because of variables. Basically.
Right. And I think that's exactly what they could do is the IOC can go, hey, these are the standards. You are going to abide by these standards. Everybody abides by these standards, regardless of your location, and make one set of universal rules under the Olympic umbrella that wouldn't necessarily
Right.
apply
The internet.
outside of the Olympic umbrella.
Right. I mean that take a. I think they got a long way to go to get to that, though. I mean, at least they got 4 years in between every chance, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, and if you make it a summer sport, it's every 8 years.
Right.
Because you're going to do summer, winter, summer, winter.
I don't know. It's sad, but I mean, at least we still do have teams that are competing against other countries. It just doesn't fall under the Olympic or Pan Am sport umbrella.
Yeah. I mean, there's still the world's competition over in Europe, and heck, there was even a PBA stop in Finland that Sean Rash won.
Well, and the seniors is in Reno next week. I think it's the 13th, 14th, 15th, I think. I don't know if it's televised, though.
That would be a great question to ask Mark.
For Mr. Mark Dillard. Knock, knock.
You said, see my comment. What is that? What comment?
I basically said his comment about
Oh,
the
gotcha.
IOC making their own set of rules.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. What happens? Oh, Mark's not paying attention.
Mark freaking Dillard. Come
I
on
just
now.
said knock, knock. It's all right, Mark. It's fine.
No, the seniors event in Reno, is it going to be televised?
The Team USA event. I heard senior in
My
my.
name.
Are you a senior?
Turtle.
Speaking of that avatar you made for Mark, and it had the AARP card on it. I was like, why did you do Mark like that?
Oh, he told me to. It was all his idea. Don't get me wrong. I am not like that.
Okay, gotcha.
I mean, I gave him the nickname of the Golden Depend.
Oh, God.
Oh, he's the one that stirred all this pot. I'm just saying
Okay,
it.
got it. All right.
It's a boys club. We'll just leave it at that.
He's gonna get sponsored by Centrum Silver.
No, he has so many sponsors.
Centrum Silver.
I can't even get recognized by Grillos. Come on.
Oh gosh.
Oh mercy.
Ideas. Oh gosh. Brian, how did you get the name Pickles?
I always love pickles. Obviously. And then when I got onto TikTok and we were getting into the podcast stuff, I needed to make sure that, because I can be Brian the bowler. No one's going to really remember that at the end of the day. But I love pickles. So
Okay.
something
But not mustard.
Yeah. Nope. Mustard is down there.
I was gonna say mustard is in the comments.
No. But yeah, I mean, so just something that, and I even told other people that have reached out to me, find something that you can kind of run with. It's going to make you stand out a little bit. You got to find your niche in some way.
Mm-hmm.
So embrace it.
I was gonna say that was mine when I first got here.
Yeah, and honestly, like when I came up with it, was I like, oh my god, this is going to be fantastic? No, I was like, oh, this is the dumbest thing I've ever done. But
it's not dumb. It's definitely memorable for sure.
It works.
But, and that's the other thing is like the hosts of this show, we are a team, 100%. And the only thing that I asked was that we brand it with the hashtag that I started with.
Yep.
And the funny part about it now is if you ask the bowling community and you go bowlers helping bowlers, that guy is usually the one that people think of because he handles all of our schedule.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's we've all come out of our cocoons in some aspect, right?
Yeah.
Cobra's really the one that got all this started, to be honest.
Yep.
We incorporated Steve because of BhB, his hashtag. And then I kind of fell into place, and I honestly got into it not knowing that I'd be kind of like the promo guy. And I am so camera shy that I did not think that in any means in 8 months that I would be doing what I'm doing today. But with everyone that I've met and have got encouragement from since I've been on TikTok is why I'm doing what I'm doing, and I'm just trying to give back to the bowling community.
No, I think it's amazing. Like, I just joined all of this, 3-4 months ago, and just to see the growth and like the support from everyone, like it's been awesome. Like, I enjoy watching other people bowl and talking to them and interacting, and then getting on these lives like this and listening to these conversations. I think it's great, and it gets word out in the community and allows us to interact with one another. And like, think of like 20 years ago, we couldn't do things like this. You literally had to go to the bowling alley to talk to other bowlers. And now you can literally go online and just meet people from all across the world. And I just, it's great. And it's an awesome place to be. I think it's amazing.
That's how me and Cobra actually met. Was only
and that's the funniest part too.
513
was they came to me with the idea, and they're like, "Yeah, we're thinking about doing something like a podcast." I'm like, y'all realize that because I was a former podcast host. I had hosted wrestling podcasts for 3 years. I'm like, guys, that's my thing. I've done this before. Let's go.
Like WWE.
WWE and AEW. I had two. I had one show that was dedicated to the current product, and then I had a second show that was like a retrospective, looking at like old pay-per-views and older stuff. You know, looking back at it later on.
Okay.
What?
Very cool.
What?
What?
Sorry.
What is going on with Mike?
I understood where he was going there, so I had
It's an old Stone Cold Steve Austin gimmick.
He beat me to the punch. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
After somebody said something, Austin would just go, "What?
What?
What?"
They do it over
I was
and
more
over
like,
again.
it doesn't matter what you're doing. I was a big rock fan, so
I was gonna say one of my all-time favorite rock promos was the Jericho introduction to
he
WWE.
was hilarious. Oh my gosh, I couldn't.
What's your name? I already told. It doesn't matter what your name is.
He was the best. Oh, yep.
Yeah, I grew up in a different time. Sorry.
Oh, what is that supposed to mean, Mike? Of course I was.
Nope, that was during my adolescent time. I was a big Degeneration X fan.
Oh, that's
Still before my
hilarious.
time.
My husband, he had one of his emails is DX for life.
Oh no.
He loved X-Pac. Like when we were in high school, he was oh gosh, we would watch together. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Back in the day.
Booker T.
I was gonna say I would literally walk through the halls just and randomly go, "Oh, you didn't know."
Oh my gosh, we don't do this. And we went to like a private Christian school when we were in high school, and we were
that
running
makes it
this,
even
and nobody
better.
knew what we were doing.
Yes.
The fact that they didn't know what you were doing is incredible.
Oh gosh, yeah. Yeah.
And then I was also a big Undertaker guy. Undertaker's always my 1A on
Undertaker's
the
great.
Mount Rushmore.
Nice.
It
Yeah,
didn't ma- and it
we
didn't
used
matter
to
if he
go
was-
to Dallas, and we went to a couple like SmackDowns and all. Those were so fun.
It did not matter if he was a heel or a face. I was still a Taker guy. Didn't matter. But no, it was great. During that time, I'd be able to go to live events, and I could actually write it off on my taxes as a work expense.
Well, that's cool.
I wrote WrestleMania off because we went to WrestleMania 35.
Oh, nice. But that was fun.
It was, but it was like the last one that was all in one day. So we were literally there for like 9 hours.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
My favorite video game console in your PlayStation. I have PS4, PS5.
Yeah, PS5 crew.
Yeah,
I've
I played
always
some games. I like. I say Red Dead is probably my favorite game to play. Red Dead Redemption.
I just put
Blah blah blah. The Rock.
I was gonna say Dillard loves it when we talk wrestling. Come on.
I'm a Nintendo. I had an original Nintendo. I had a Nintendo as a kid. I played Mario Brothers.
if we're
and all
talking-
that.
if
I
we're
was
talking
gaming.
How do you feel about those Blackhawks and the Maple Leafs? Huh? Mr. Dillard? Sorry.
I'll tell you what. Semi-modern consoles, the best semi-modern console ever made, and it was entirely underrated, was actually the PS3.
I mean, did you have the Slim? Wasn't it the one that had this small?
No, I had the big boy.
That was two.
That was two. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of. I mean, I've had all of them. So
Slim.
Yeah, the PS3 was the first one where it was like this thick.
yeah. Okay.
The one that fried.
No, that was the Xbox 3 shitty.
Oh, I hate X. No, I'm not on Xbox. No, thank you. Nope.
No, I've never been an Xbox person by any means.
Dude, I had Rock Band. Oh my god, I wish I never would have gotten rid of that.
Those are actually
I love
collector's
that.
items
Oh
now.
man.
Which that hurts my feelings.
Dude,
Look,
if you
when I
find a fully intact Rock Band Guitar Hero controller with the dongle, you can get a
dongle.
king's ransom for it.
I know, right? Oh, I wish I would. I sold all of them in a garage sale like a million years ago, and I'm so sad. I loved playing the guitar. That was my favorite.
I left for college, and I packed up my entire Atari 2600, and I had at least, I would say, 100, 150 games. All got sold.
Aw.
Dude,
Well,
I had
like, oh my god!
I had I had a starter box of Gen 1 1999 Gen 1 Pokemon cards.
You can collect them on Google now. Did you know that?
Dude, those look up 1999 Generation 1 US Pokemon cards on eBay and see how much they're worth.
Ridiculous.
Threw them all away.
You nerd, laugh out loud.
Dude.
It's okay.
Oh.
I play Magic the Gathering, so we've got cards
do I.
for Magic. So
do I.
yeah.
I collected Garbage Pail Kids, so whatever. Call me what you want.
Sarah, I play Outlaw decks. I don't follow the rules.
Ooh, okay.
Snap.
I mean, my husband was really into it a few years ago, and before we moved here, he sold a lot of his stuff because he's like, we purged a lot before we moved because we didn't want to bring it all here. And so within the last year, we've slowly started building decks, and we just have like some pre-cons that we play Commander with right now, and it's fun. He's way more into it than I am, but I'm learning and I'm getting better at it.
I have like I said, I do Outlaw decks, so I don't abide by the set rules. I have a black and white Angels and Demon deck that's like 73 cards deep. That's like this thick.
I bet you're totally fun to play with.
It ends friendships.
I know, right? Like, do you hate your friends? Like, seriously?
Oh, there was one time I did my my red deck, which was a goblin deck, and I had a goblin army built, and I had about 200 and something goblins on the field, and I just went, okay, this game's over. Attack everybody. Because we were playing like four-headed.
Sorry, I'm reading these comments.
Yep.
A little unhinged right now.
We're playing four-headed, so I had 20. I had 200 goblins. I'm like, okay, well, I can send 40 to each of you, and even if you block them, you're still all going to die, so game over.
Yeah, BhB, yes. Monopoly, yeah. My wife will not play that with me. And Risk back in the day, yeah, that would ruin some friendships for me.
Monopoly takes too long. That's too long of a game for me.
Yes, Uno and Skip-Bo can both ruin friendships.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Just not ready for the game perfection.
Oh, no, not that one either. That's
because it
stressful.
causes anxiety.
Do you make her pay mortgage on the property? Oh, God.
Okay, so we're already talking Monopoly. Okay, do you pay your taxes into the middle, and do you get it when you hit free parking?
It depends on your rule set, because I know that everyone has their different house rules when it comes to Monopoly. That the best way of putting it. Because sometimes, like, oh, would you put that into the free parking?
Yes, my house rules was all taxes and utilities got paid to the center, and if you hit free parking, it was yours.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's a house rule, but that's not necessarily true in the game rule.
I know. It's stupid.
saying.
It should be.
That's what I'm saying.
Everybody knows free parking gets paid.
I'm just saying.
I'd say one fun game, especially playing with your parents, is Cards Against Humanity.
Yes.
And listening to your mom read a really raunchy card is hilarious.
Yes. We have a Jeff Foxworthy branded version of that called Relative Insanity. And we played it with my in-laws.
Okay.
And we found out some things about my in-laws that we did not know about.
What? Oh.
It's a great way to learn, huh?
I was like, who are these people?
I've also played it. I have 2 teenage kids. Well, actually, my daughter's 22 now. She's not a teenager, but we've played with them, and it's hilarious when we read the cards and our kids hear us read these cards.
No, one of the videos here on TikTok is the cat playing Cards Against Humanity. That is absolutely hilarious.
Oh, I've seen those. Those are funny, where the cat just like hits the card, and it's so
paw at the
funny.
card.
Oh yeah, I've seen the videos of the brain rot words. Yes.
And then another funny one is the husky who hits the buttons that say the words.
Yeah, the talks. Yeah. I tried that with my dog.
And it's like keeps hitting this cuss word over and over again.
It just keeps hitting bitch, bitch, bitch.
I wasn't going to say it. You did.
Treat, bitch. Yeah. That's what my dogs would do. I guarantee it.
Mine too.
I guarantee it. I have the buttons. I've tried it. It does not work out for...
I have a doorbell on my door that my dog can hit, and it goes ding dong when he wants to go outside. And I'm like, sometimes in the middle of the night, he'll get up and he'll hit it. And I'm like, great, I got to let him out. But then it gets to the point where like I'm dreaming about him hitting this, and I get up to go let him out, and he's like in bed because I like dream it went off.
We tried this. I've always been a multiple dog owner. I've tried this with multiple dogs. As soon as like we did the bell right on the door, as soon as they ring that bell, they know they go outside, right? They go outside, they do their business, they come inside, they get their treat, right? So then they just go to the door and like ding, go outside, come in, treat,
Yep.
yeah, dude,
They're so smart.
I was like, they fooled me for about a week and a half, and I'm like, nope, bell's gone. We're done with this. Nope, we're not doing this anymore. You were costing me way too much money.
Why are all the treats gone already?
And now I have to like pay the vet to tell me my dog's fat. No, that's not working.
Hi, Matt.
Rowan. What's up, buddy?
What's up, buddy?
So what do you want to try to accomplish like on your like TikTok account and like promoting everything that you're doing right now?
I mean, I really don't have a goal per se with my TikTok account. I'm just posting content and then, just sharing my story really and like what I'm doing. And I mean, eventually I'd like to join the PWBA and start competing in actual women's tournaments. That would be the goal. I'd like to finish this league season with over a 200 average, and I'm sitting around 190 right now. But yeah, I would love to compete in the PWBA at some point.
And I'm glad you said that, because honestly, like what you're doing and growing your platform is going to help you get that acknowledgement. I know scores speak, but also being out there and putting yourself out there helps get you out there, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, and two, I want to spread positivity as well, and I want to show other women and guys that, like, hey, you can come back after a long break and you can do this. Yes, it's going to be a hard road and there's a lot to learn, but you can do it and you can accomplish anything. Like, Like, I honestly didn't, it wasn't even on my radar to get back into bowling. I thought I was done with it when I quit years ago. And I think as my kids got older and they're in college and now they're not really relying on me anymore, I finally finished school. I'm done. No more school for me. I was kind of at a point where, like, okay, I need a hobby. I need something fun to do for myself. And then I just actually went and, like, just goofed off at main event with my kids one time. And I was like, you know what? I think I might want to get back into this again. And then it just kind of came to fruition from there. Like,
But yeah, I mean,
so,
that's
I mean,
exactly.
I think it's possible. Like, even if you haven't bowled before, but getting into it is like, there's just this huge community that will help support you, and you can learn from and get information from. Like, you're not alone. Like, it's a huge community online, like we were talking about earlier. Like, we didn't have this option 20 years ago.
And that's
Getting-
everything that we want to do here with our platform is highlight the people that are trying to grow the sport in a positive manner, trying to, neutralize the toxicity, because bowling is not as toxic as people say it is. It's just the toxic people get all the attention.
Yeah, I could see that sometimes. Yes, for sure. You could. There's always drama, in every bowling alley. There's always some kind of drama.
I don't want to go back to, but it kind of is kind of the Star Wars good versus evil in some aspects. Even on TikTok, you'll have a lot of people that just want people to follow them, and they're not going to follow you back.
Mm-hmm.
But in the bowling community, we always, at the end of the day, we support each other. You always want the other person to do their best, because at the end of the day, you want to beat the best. You don't want to take somebody when they're not bowling their best. You want to show your best game and beat their best game. End of the day. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with being competitive.
Right.
But we always support each other.
Right, for sure. And like when I'm on TikTok on my For You page and I see somebody that I'm not friends with post a bowling video, I immediately follow them and like it, and I go to their page and I'm liking their stuff. Like, I want to support other bowlers as well and like build them up. And I think the more people do that, the more this community can grow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what you're trying to do with the PWBA is completely doable. I took a 12-year break and I got my PBA card my first year back.
I'm hoping to apply next year, actually. I just got to get a book average. I haven't had a book average since 2008, so.
Yeah, the last book average I had before 2019 was in 2005.
Oh, wow. See, and like when I first started back in the league, people were like, why don't you have a book average? And they were like, I know you've bowled before. I'm like, yes, I have, but it was like 17 years ago. They're like, no way. I'm like, yes, it was. Like, people don't believe me.
And that's the other thing is, like, when I took my forced break, because it was indeed a forced break, I did not want to quit. I came back and I was bowling better when I came back than I did when I left. And that's because before I came back, I went to YouTube University and learned everything about the modern game that I could possibly learn. Mm-hmm. I watched a lot of J.R. Raymond. I watched a lot of Brad and Kyle. I watched a lot of Creating the Difference, Ron Hicklin and Dustin Zanner. Anything that I could get my hands on knowledge base that I didn't know when I left, I was learning.
Yep.
There's definitely a wealth of information on YouTube, internet, to get you started and to relearn and reacclimate yourself to the sport after a long break. I mean, honestly, it was a lot. Like, jumping right in just in squirt shot tournaments, coming off of not bowling for so long, that was a shell shock for sure.
Well, not only that, but I mean, even people that have taken a break for a while, they're not only walking into new patterns, they're walking into a flood of new materials with balls and everything else. So anybody that's taken even like a break for just say 5 years, the amount of balls that are introduced in a particular year now is so large that they're going to be overwhelmed immediately as soon as they get back into bowling, unless they have some kind of like idea of like, this is what I was throwing prior. They might have a somewhat advantage, but if they're newer to bowling, they're going to walk into, I mean, how many balls do we have on the market right now?
Too many.
Too many.
I mean, it's got to be over $200, right? 200.
Well, yeah, considering the 7 brands of Brunswick, Motive,
That's
Storm,
what I'm saying. Like,
Roto,
overall,
900
with
Global.
everybody, it's got to be over 200. Yeah.
Hit It Harder, Swag. Yeah, it's got to be.
So for someone to try to line up with a brand / a ball is kind of like winning a lottery at the end of the day, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you narrow things down to beginners to help them know that they're not going to be able to, I know everyone sees like, oh, so-and-so is throwing this ball, blah, blah, yada, yada, that's what I want. Yeah, you're going to get that. But if you can narrow these people down to a 12 ratio to a 2 ratio and give them a 50% chance of lining up with something, wouldn't it be more beneficial for all brands?
I would think so.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's overwhelming. Like, you don't know what brand to go with. I mean, like I said before, I went back to Storm because that's what I knew from back 17 years ago when I bowled. That's why I'm throwing what I throw now.
Right.
Like, I'm not familiar with any other brands.
So D-Gab had another good question. How big of a difference was the equipment when you left versus when you came back?
Like how? Like ball reaction or like
overall ball strength.
I mean, I literally only threw one ball before. So I'm not kidding. I bowled in 2 houses in Oklahoma and house shots and like could throw it up 5, hook to the pocket. I was good to go.
Yep.
So now like that's not really, you can't do that anymore. I mean, you can.
It's not like the late 80s and the 90s where you're walking in with your shoes tied around your neck and the 1 ball carrier and you're going to lead. That does not work anymore.
Mm-mm. Like for the longest, I didn't even have a spare ball. Like I would just use my strike ball for my spares too. So I like coming back now and it's actually like wanting to be competitive. It's completely different. Like a whole new world.
I mean, it's just been like a change of equipment and time.
Like I don't remember back then it being so overwhelming picking a ball.
Right.
And I think the ball I got, someone had given to me at the pro shop back where I used to bowl at. And like drilled it for me. Like I don't even know what. Yeah.
Well, and Mark just made a great point. Is nowadays most centers don't oil past the 3 to 5 board. You want scores to come back down, you oil those boards and you quit giving people a trampoline to bounce off of.
Okay.
Because people know that those boards aren't oiled, so they just throw to that friction spot and it bounces off and takes off to the pocket. You want to bring scores back down? You oil 1 through 3 and let that thing slide off into the ditch, and people will quit throwing at
Oh, I
it.
hate that. That's the worst. Can't throw it out there anymore. You say we spoiled league bowlers, though. You'll lose them if it's too tough. Oh, I mean, that's not wrong.
True.
And you get guys
All right,
with
guys,
a
well-
150 average shooting a 299.
We barreled past our hour cutoff time. We're rolling up to 2 hours now. So
Wow.
No, we crush it.
But we had been so good at going, okay, hard out in an hour, hard out in an hour. Now I look up and it's 2 hours later.
Well, we'll have to do this again sometime.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it. This has been fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And me and Brian have been talking. We're gonna possibly start doing just random pop-ups. So if you see both of us sitting here on a live, we can actually open it up a little bit more and bring other people in at the same time.
Okay.
So that's another thing we are seriously considering implementing every so often.
Okay.
Is especially like if we get big bowling news, be like, all right, we're gonna just hop on, do a live, and then just see where it takes us.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'd be happy to pop in if I'm available and you guys are on. Sure. Just let me know.
All right. Well,
Are you all right?
pulling that out of my hair.
Oh, you have a ponytail? Oh, I did not know that. Okay.
Yes, I do.
Nice. Okay.
Not a man bun.
Not a man
No.
bun.
Even when that is a debate on a lot of my lives. Whether my tucked ponytail is indeed a man bun, and it is not because it doesn't wrap around; it just tucks underneath. It is a tucked ponytail.
Okay.
Huge
So we're
difference.
clear.
Huge difference.
Do you braid it sometimes and have a little braid?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yes, I do.
Awesome. Ah, thanks,
All right.
Mike.
All right, guys. Well,
Thanks, guys.
it's been
Ball
fun.
bun.
We've enjoyed having you.
He said ball
But
bun.
it is time for the old man to go to bed.
Okay. Good night. Thanks.
Much love.
Bye, guys. Have a good one.